How many people have been left out in their lives? Hi, I'm Grace Gura, and I believe that missing out is not the end of the world. Because of the health issues I have, I've had to miss out on a lot of special activities in my life. In 2014, when I was in 4th grade, I was diagnosed with idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura, or ITP. ITP is an autoimmune disease that attacks the platelet cells in my blood. This means that I bruise easily and I am more prone to nosebleeds and cuts. In 4th grade, I had to stop participating in PE and I could no longer play sports, because if I got cut, it could be hard to control the bleeding. Feeling left out is never fun, but over time, I have learned that even if I have to miss out on one thing, there will always be more opportunities for fun and connection. Ever since kindergarten, I looked forward to joining the girls' basketball team in 4th grade, our first opportunity to play a team sport at school. On the day we got the forms, I practically leaped for joy. My diagnosis was still recent and my disease completely slipped my mind. When I got home, I was smiling from ear to ear and practically bouncing off the walls. The second my dad got home from work, I cornered him and asked him to sign the forms to let me join the team. Silently, he looked me up and down, then finally met my eyes. Grace, you can't play basketball. My hopes were shattered. A lump formed in my throat, and I began to cry. Then, quickly, I went from sad to really mad. I wanted to scream. I didn't know whether to scream at my dad, who had to deliver the bad news, my friends who got to play and who didn't have to deal with this, or at my immune system for attacking my platelets. I ended up stomping upstairs and crying into my pillow. A week later, it was time for the first 4th grade girls basketball game. It was an away game that began before school got out. At recess, I couldn't find any of my friends. Then I realized they were all in the bathroom changing for their game. I fought back tears, waiting for them to come out to play. Later that day, it was time for the team to leave school early for their game. I said goodbye and good luck through a forced smile. After they left, it was literally only our teachers, Mr. Orr and Mr. Cho, the boys, and me. I felt really left out. I didn't want to have to spend the last hour of school with the boys once a week for all of basketball season. Tears stung my eyes. Worse, I knew it was only the beginning of my friends doing stuff that I couldn't. About 2 years later, I still had ITP, and it was not getting any better. It was a summer day, and I was sitting in my house, blasting the air conditioner, and checking my favorite social media app at the time, Musical.ly. I was scrolling through my feed when I saw it. There was a Musical.ly of 7 of my friends having a great time at Great America. I hadn't been to Great America since before I was diagnosed with ITP, and I knew that I would not be allowed to go because getting bumped around on the rides could be dangerous for me, but I still wished I had been invited. I felt like I had been stabbed in the stomach, and I began to cry, as I had so many times in the past 2 years. At the time, missing out on Great America felt like the end of the world, but surprise, the world is still turning. Here I am in 8th grade, still with ITP, doing some stuff, and missing out on other stuff. One of the biggest adjustments I had to make was sitting out in PE. I went from playing capture the flag whenever I felt like it, to not even being allowed to sword fight with the pool noodles. In 4th grade, I couldn't watch my friends run and laugh on Mustang Meadow without getting a knot in my stomach. Now, I still feel a pang of jealousy when I watch them stretch in a circle in the gym. Even though I'm only 20 feet away, my classmates are focused on their activities, and I may as well not be there at all since I'm not participating. That hurts, but it doesn't shatter my hopes and dreams anymore. I just have to remember that when PE is over, I will be able to rejoin my friends. I always make sure to go over to my friends and talk to them after PE is over. After, they're reminded of me again, the feeling of being left out vanishes. No one likes to feel left out, and social media can give us a serious case of FOMO, the fear of missing out. If we focus on what other people are doing without us, we can get a chip on our shoulder, figure out all the times we were included, or take it as a personal insult. It's important to remember that no one gets invited to everything all the time, and you were probably doing something else fun or meaningful when you were missing out on that other thing. Sometimes we just have to tune out our friends' lives and focus on our own lives. My biggest fear of missing out wasn't the actual event I was missing, but what would happen if I was absent from important things too many times. I feared that my friends would move on without me, or that I would miss something so significant that I wouldn't be part of my friend group anymore. I learned to deal with being left out for the couple of hours they played basketball for, or the day they went to Great America. But what if they forgot about me completely, or moved on from me because I wasn't part of the group anymore? That fear remained a tight knot in my stomach constantly. Now, I'm in 8th grade, and there have been times that my ITP has gotten better. My platelets spiked last year, and for the second semester of 7th grade, I was able to participate in PE class. Also, now that I am older and I've lived with this disease for a while, my parents and doctors trust me to take care of myself more. They let me fly across the world to China with my fellow St. Matt's students last summer, and I was allowed to do the ropes course with my class on the 8th grade retreat. And you know what? My awesome friends and classmates have not moved on or forgotten about me. Even though there have been moments of pain where I had to miss out, if anything, I have made new friends and gotten closer with my old friends. In the passage Gavin read for us, God tells Joshua, "No one will be able to oppose you as long as you live. I will be with you, just as I was with Moses. I will never leave you. I will never desert you." Which means that even when we feel left out or alone, God is always with us. We might feel we are missing out on an amazing experience, but actually, something is happening wherever we are. Whether that is hanging out with our family at home, reading a great book, or whatever, we can choose for that to be amazing too. We have the power to make every moment meaningful and happy, to connect with ourselves, God, or different people than the ones we hope to be with. It's normal to feel left out sometimes, and no one likes that feeling, but it's not the end of the world. Your friends still love you, even if they do something super fun without you. If you have to miss out on something, you will find other things that matter to replace it. You have the power to make every moment and experience amazing. I am no longer afraid of feeling left out, because I know that it's just a temporary feeling. 5 years ago, I was afraid of being left out, and I took a lot of the things that I was able to do for granted, focusing only on those few things I had to miss. Now, I'm not afraid, and I try to appreciate everything that I get to experience. For example, I get to get a head start on my word voyage while my friends do push-ups in PE. It all depends on whether I choose to see the glass half full or half empty, so don't let FOMO get you down. It only has power over you if you feed it with your attention and fear. Being less afraid of feeling left out means I am living a more full and happy life, and you can too. Thank you.